You're listening to another episode of Retail Shift, business advice for inventory-based brands and the merchants who run them. I'm Chris Guillo, CEO of Merchant Method and your retail coach for the next 10 minutes. Now we're squarely in 2019, but I want to take you back a little bit to the holiday season. Now, before the holiday season, I had the honor and the pleasure and the thrill to teach a private workshop to a group of brick and mortar retailers. And this community had a few things in common, and they really needed some support into the months ahead because they were extra risky. There were significant construction impacts, record low customer traffic, and rising costs that kept climbing. And they continue to climb, let's be honest. Now, I know that you've probably felt struggles like these exact ones, these exact three maybe, or something similarly that feels devastating. Now, I've heard these pain points from retailers nationwide, and I've also seen them with my eyes. I worry for you sometimes. I've seen them as a customer where I am driving around and cannot find parking. And so today, I want to share two eye-opening insights from that private workshop. So if you're distracted, if you're multitasking, if I don't have your full attention, I'm going to say, can I please have it now? So here are those two insights. Number one, marketing is not merchandising. And number two, you need them both. Okay, so let's back up just a little bit. The costly marketing mistake I encounter all the time and that I hear in comments all the time is something like this. Here's like the story I think that you might be telling yourself and that I know I've supported students that tell this to themselves. Sales are stagnant. I need a solution. That must be marketing. Now you can fill in the blank. That must be more Instagram. That must be paid advertising. That must mean something, marketing. And marketing is absolutely helpful, but here's the rub. That as an answer is far too simple to provide a long-term solution because marketing, my friends, is a long-term game, just like merchandising. So merchandising is a form of marketing, right? It focuses, according to BizFluent, merchandising focuses on presenting the product itself, when and where customers are most likely to buy it. They identify marketing as something broader. It's a broader effort that includes all possible kinds of promotion, including long-term brand awareness. Now, I love their delineation, and I actually today want to take it just a couple steps further because merchandising is far more than merely handling the goods. It's important to note here also that marketing is broader. It impacts nearly every aspect of running your business, and if it doesn't, I'm going to implore you, it should. Now, Merchant Method, where I consult, merchandising encompasses 4 giant pillars that start at the center with profit that include process, of course, products, and then people. These are 4 aspects of a healthy, cash flow positive, inventory-based brand. I mean, fully hashtag all of it. Now, there's a crossover with marketing and my method for merchandising, naturally. Both could answer questions like this. What are your business values? What guiding principles are you using to craft what you're going to say? How you interact with customers? How you actually pick the products that you've picked? Who is it that you really, really want to sell and engage with? What message are you sharing? Like, how are you sharing it? What's your pricing strategy? Because trust, your price communicates so much about your brand. So you can start to see that they're same, but a little different. So why? Maybe you're curious. I want you to be curious. And the reason why they're same, but different is because customers are so very savvy and they have high expectations of how they want to be sold to. And Do you want to know who shaped those expectations? We did. Retailers. So now I want to just hone in more specifically on merchandising. So my 4 pillars of an inventory-based business is propped up by cash flow. So as someone who buys inventory or produces inventory, you're acutely aware that you need money in order to make money, that you need to keep investing in inventory, and that inventory inherently means blending both reward and risk, or risk and reward. So if you're one of my students, you're familiar with these pillars, but if you're new, I want you to listen to episode 4. Experience, which is a payment processing company, defines merchandising on their blog with the simplest, wittiest, straightforward formula I've ever seen. They define merchandising as merchandising does not equal merchandise. Isn't that brilliant? Merchandising does not equal merchandise. They point out that merchandising not only applies to the physical, but also to the intangible, like entertainment and service. And as listeners to Retail Shift, I know you know that customers are not simply buying the physical item, they're buying everything about their experience with your brand. So, with this really important shift in mind, we need to revisit some of those simple marketing questions. Maybe you thought of them as formalities or nice to haves, or maybe even business plan basics that we had to do but haven't looked at again. And I want you to look at it with a shift in mind, especially if your sales are stagnant and they're not growing the way that you planned. So rather than maybe listening to episode 2 and asking yourself, what are my business values? I really want you to ask this instead. How do I use my business values, my guiding principles, to make decisions in my business? From creating a product assortment, to shaping company policies, to hiring and training employees. Really, those values should refine and define every aspect of your business, including how you manage your time. Rather than asking, who is my ideal customer? I want you to ask, can I really tell the difference between a loyal customer, a sometime customer, and an imposter customer? How do I use this information about these types of customers to shape my messaging, to shape my selling strategy? Rather than asking, what should my pricing strategy be? What should I charge? I really want you to ask, what impression do I want to leave with my customer about my products and my brand? Have I delivered enough, both tangibly and intangibly, to convince my customer to pay this price? So here, dear merchants, is where the two, both marketing and merchandising, diverge in the woods of Robert Frost style. Now, you can do what every other small business is doing, which is take an oversimplified approach to driving more sales with more and more and more marketing, scrambling to figure out Instagram and maybe Facebook Lives or Facebook groups or paid advertising off of social media, print advertising, whatever the case may be. Or you can take the road less traveled but far more profitable and become a master of merchandising. My promise to you is that I'm here to support you, and in a way that's you-centered. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to plan like me. You don't have to have my exact experience to really take advantage of the tips I'm sharing here on Retail Shift. Remember, knowledge and action are most effective when they're applied within the context of your unique business using your unique business style. So when I was thinking about how do I deliver on my promise to you, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to help you discover how you move and groove so that you can leverage that even more, use it to your advantage even more than you already are? So to help you with that, I developed a free 1-minute quiz to help you understand your retail success style. And I'm so excited about it. I've been testing it out with a select group of merchants for the past few months, and I'm finally ready to share it with you. All you have to do is go to merchantmethod.com/quiz. When you do, after you take your quiz, you'll get specific tips from me based on your success style. Resources like the best of audio lessons, video tutorials, and even detailed guides if you're into that thing. Now, can I be honest with you? This is going to be the easiest homework I ever give you on this podcast. You are literally 60 seconds away from massive insight. I mean, how cool is that? Again, I'll catch you over at merchantmethod.com/quiz. And with that, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It would not be the same without you.